So I know this is coming out of nowhere, but long story short, I might be leaving the internet due to YouTube's new policy. I have no idea if my channel's gonna get hit by this, and I don't got enough time to make a full-fledged plush collection. So I'm going to do this in chunks. This is the Knuckles plush collection because I like Knuckles, and it's gonna be my last video, so might as well talk about my favorite character, which is Knuckles. I've been a Knuckles fan since... This is going to sound funny, but I got into Sonic not from Sonic X or any of the games. So here's the thing. Growing up, I used to be a real big Mario guy. And the reason that got me into Sonic, I kid you not, was just Knuckles. I just thought he looked cool. I thought Knuckles was cooler than Sonic. And as an adult, I still think Knuckles is cooler than Sonic. I'm tired of Sega treating him like a fucking idiot. Now, anyway, I've always had beef with these toy companies and shit, even when I was like a fucking fetus, because Knuckles has been done dirty for like centuries at this point. Now, this is about my personal collection because why not do a story time with plushies? I think that's kind of cool. So, do you want to know what my very first plush of Knuckles was? It's going to be incomplete because my story about Sonic and Tails is very much different. But this was the very first fucking plush of Knuckles I had for years. This is the Toy Network Easter Knuckles. This guy survived getting eaten by rats and so many other crazy things. I'm surprised this fucking thing is still in condition. And nope, this is a real fucking Knuckles plush. He really just is an Easter Knuckles. I had this little son of a bitch for years, and it is one of the funniest plush of Knuckles I've ever seen. And I hated him for how ugly he is as a kid, but growing up, I loved this plush because of how stupid it is. This is like my childhood Knuckles for how absolutely ridiculous he looks. And this is the only plushie of Knuckles I had until I got into like my teenage years. So this was literally all I had for centuries, and I'm surprised he doesn't look super beat up either. Like, the only damage on him is, I guess, his eyes and his hand where the rat chewed on. But besides that, it's pretty good. You might be asking, the story of the rats goes way deep. I'm not trying to talk about that. The next two plushies of Knuckles are very popular in this genre. This is the 25th anniversary classic Knuckles. Now, I just kind of found this guy in Toys R Us one day, and he's been with me ever since. And this has been my primary Knuckles. I used him in a lot of plush videos over the years that were uploaded and deleted and never seen it. But this one was generally, to this very day, still one of my favorite plushies of Knuckles. This guy is an S-tier Knuckles for me. And even to this day, I think he's a very much slept-on plushie of classic Knuckles. I still think this is the best plush of classic Knuckles in existence. I do sort of wish they reused this pattern without the shiny metallic. Thankfully, mine is still a bit shiny, even though I've used them a lot over the years. I do know the shine can slowly disappear over time, so there is that. I do want to get more of this Knuckles because I fucking love that guy. He's sort of in... And since this guy is shiny, he's kind of like a pseudo Super Knuckles plush, in a way. And these are the two plushies of Knuckles I've had for years, okay? Like, these are like my two childhood plushies of Knuckles. And the other ones are plushies I've started getting as, you know, my collecting went on. Starting with Great Eastern Classic. This is what I mean by I had beef with Knuckles plushies, because Great Eastern created a great plush of Sonic and Tails, and this is how they did my boy Knuckles. Now, most people would say, Yosh, you're just being nitpicky. There's nothing wrong with this guy. And you're right, this guy has a lot of great nostalgia, even though most of that nostalgia was from the modern version of him, not the classic one. But it's specifically because if you know how a classic Knuckles looks, this guy don't look nothing like classic Knuckles. Better yet, this dude look nothing like classic Knuckles. Like, how do you mess up classic Knuckles this much? Like, I feel like we be like kind of, you know, Great Eastern has been making a lot of new Sonic merch recently, like a new Tails and all them different Sonics for the classic wave. They need to make a new damn classic Knuckles. And if you don't believe me, this is how classic Knuckles is supposed to look. This is a Jack specific figure. The Tomy one back there looked more like this guy than this dude. Like, what the f? Yeah, this plushie of Knuckles is definitely nostalgic, but I've always had beef with this guy, and I still got beef with him. I just think he look weird, man. It just doesn't look like Knuckles to me. To you guys, the Toy Network Knuckles wasn't my childhood Knuckles. It was the Sonic Boom Knuckles plush. Now, this was the only plushie of modern Knuckles other than that guy. I had this guy for like years, actually. I only had the Sonic Boom Knuckles, and I had this one for a very long time. This was my first plushie of Knuckles that was officially, besides like I think the Namco one, but yeah, the Boom Knuckles was one that I had before all of them. He's the one that really started it. I was just kind of ashamed to have him because I wasn't a big Sonic Boom fan. We won't talk about this again because I most likely will leave YouTube after this new AI policy, maybe. But I didn't like Boom Knuckles, not because he was buff. Him being stupid played a part of it. But my reasoning for hating Boom Knuckles was his hands, bro. Like, this is what pissed me off the most. Like, I don't know why, but specifically in Sonic Boom, his fingers just never looked good to me. Like, if I say what this shit looked like, I'm getting demonetized. And me, actually, don't matter. All right, I'm already leaving the internet forever. Knuckles' fingers in Sonic Boom look like fucking zits. I just never liked it. I just never liked these, man. They like fucking nipple fingers. I hated this. You know they got bandaged boxing gloves, right? Like, come on, man. You had one giant with the rest of the plushies of Knucks, and I feel like. And yes, I had beef with every other plushie of Knuckles. I got the same beef with Sonic too. Now, I do own the Tomy Classic Knuckles, but I'm not trying to reach for the stars to get him. He's just too high up. These are the two plushies of Knuckles I had beef with from the very start. This is the Tomy Modern Knuckles. Now, the small one. Do you want to know what my gripe is with this plushie? He's pink. Oh, well, no, he's not. He's not pink. He's pink, buddy. This guy is pink. And a plush of Knuckles I hated for years, Lecter's Modern Sonic from Tomy is my favorite Sonic plush to ever exist. Nothing tops that for me. So when I heard that they were making a deluxe Knuckles, I lost my fucking marbles. And this is what he looked like. Now, this plushie does look good, besides the fact that his eye is looking off to the side and they based him off stupid Knuckles. His hands kind of look strange. Look how light of a pink he is. And I don't like the fact that his eye is going off to the side. And what is up with that smirk? Why didn't Tomy just grab this dude, make him larger, call it a day? I've always had beef with this Knuckles because, like, this is the only deluxe plush of modern Knuckles we really got right now. And if you want to make him in a plush video, he's looking like this. And before y'all say it's not that bad, allow me to explain myself. You're doing it right now. Stop. Stop what? Fucking stop looking at me like that. I don't know what you're talking about. Yep. Totally. Alright, so that's when I was playing Sonic Origins, and then I got stuck in the wall, and I couldn't leave, and then Sonic left me to die. Knuckles, the fuck are you looking at?
What are you doing? What are you looking at, man?
This was always why I wasn't a big fan of the Tomy Modern Knuckles. I just wish his face wasn't like that. If it was like, you know, his eye was just over here and his mouth wasn't doing that, hey, look, listen, if someone out there can make a tutorial on how to like remove embroidery and move it over or something like that, I'm telling you right now, I'd probably pay somebody like $200 to customize this guy. Away from, you know, the Tomy plushies of Knuckles, this is really where I started to actually start taking collecting a little bit more seriously, because now these next few plushies were before the Sonic movie, and this is the one I got back in 2019. Play-by-play Knuckles based off Sonic X. It's a pretty rare plushie of Knuckles. I didn't realize how uncommon this guy was and how lucky I got to find one that doesn't look ugly. He used to have a tag, but somebody fucking ripped it off. And the thing with this plush is I always wanted to use this guy in video, but I just had a fear that his legs would just snap mid-video. Like, look at this. I just never wanted to use him in videos, so I sort of just had this guy. And this is one of my favorite plushies of modern Knuckles to this day. He's not a bad one, I just really enjoy him. And then the next few plushies of Knuckles I have sort of came slowly after this one. This guy from Sonic X, I found this one and decided to pick him up. I thought he was a bootleg, and the seller that I was buying this from thought it was a bootleg as well. They also thought it was a bootleg. This guy was legit. I made a video where I talked about how to tell a real one from a fake one, but do you want to know what gave it away that this was legit? The pointy nose, like the pointy face. The fake one doesn't have a head shape like this. I was going to use this guy for my videos originally because I thought he looked pretty decent. And then I noticed one jarring flaw. It's not the fact that he's missing one of his Lego pieces or the fact that the yellow was missing, but he got fingers. This dude was a warning for what was to come years later. So that's really it for modern Knuckles plushies I was able to get at the time. Everything after this was the start of the Sonic movie. So most of this stuff is already on my channel as is, but the Sonic movie, I'm gonna be real, the only thing I cared about was Knuckles, and when I saw Knuckles for Sonic 2, the first thing that came to mind was, please give us good marketable Knuckles merch. And they sort of delivered for Sonic 2. The plushie I got that was related to the Sonic movie wasn't this one, but I feel like I gotta show them off first. This is one of the worst plushies of Knuckles to exist. Dear God. Now this is a specific movie Knuckles. I was a bit too nice to this little stupid toy many years ago. Yo, this guy sucks. I'm gonna be real. Like I remember praising it because it was the only plushie of movie Knuckles that exists, but then it was like all this other stuff of Knuckles came out. What I mean by Knuckles keeps getting done dirty. He's been like this since like the fucking 2000s, and 25 years later, Knuckles still be getting fugly ass merch, man. Look at him, bro. Look at this. Even happening. I was just sitting down eating food, watching my living life, and then I immediately...
Society is full of soft and undisciplined...
Like, the new one looked even worse than this one. I think I even commented on it. Generous on this plush the first time. Now, I really wish they would have changed Knuckles' design for the movie like how they did for the figures, but sadly, nope.
Dude, I'm watching this kid while you try not to laugh, bro. That's disrespectful as shit, bro. The fuck is wrong with you, bro? Stop fucking laughing, bro. Look at you smiling, bro. You disrespectful as shit, bro. You ain't like your friend? You ain't like your friend?
Like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, nah, yeah, we're just gonna move away from this guy, put him back there. The second one was Toy Factory's Knuckles, which, besides the face and the jarring, weird-looking tan he has, I don't hate this plush that much. I think it's an alright plush of Knuckles. It's just alright. Like, if you can't afford, like, that fucker or a proper, like, modern Knuckles, I still think this guy is sort of... Actually, no, I take it back. There's a better one. This guy's kind of useless. Don't get the Sonic movie 2 Toy Factory Knuckles. I do think he does look slightly better than the Sonic 3 one, but there's a better Knuckles anyway. Okay, then we just got random plushies I found around the time of the movie. Jack's specific modern Knuckles. This guy was at GameStop for like $5. So he was on clearance. They did not want him. So I was like, you know what, I'll take him. He's also pink for some reason. It's like, how many times have we had a pink Knuckles at this point? Well, now we have one of my holy grails of Knuckles merch. And this is the favorite plushie of Knuckles in my collection. The Build-A-Bear movie Knuckles. I was disappointed by every piece of Knuckles merch from the Sonic movie, to be real. When I saw this guy, minute this guy went up online, I immediately bought him. No hesitation. The Build-A-Bear Knuckles will always be one of my favorite plushies of Knuckles. This is like the Adventure Knuckles plush for the Sonic movie. We still don't got a plushie of Knuckles that tops this guy. And I got a good one too. I know a lot of them can look a bit goofy. Knuckles was an online exclusive, and they didn't restock them for Sonic 3. I know there's a lot of people out there that want this guy. Scalpers are a piece of shit. I managed to get this guy before the scalping came out, and just as always, I freaking love this plushie of Knuckles. This is my favorite plush of Knuckles to ever exist. I really had to start running a fucking vacuum while I start recording. Like I swear they be doing shit just to get on my nerves sometimes, you know? I swear they just be doing that, but I'm not gonna waste no time. Like, who really cares? It's just a video about me goofing around anyway. Yeah, the Sonic movies was like a great time for me. I want to say Sonic 2 was one of my favorite movie experiences, so I have a big soft spot for the merch that released for that movie because, like I said, I don't know why, I had a good time with the Sonic movies. They kind of came out when the Sonic movies came out when I was not in the best place mentally. I will just say that, and they definitely helped out. You know, they definitely helped out. I will say that, especially Sonic 2. That movie was like what I wanted when I was younger. Like, I always wanted to see my boy Knuckles on the big screen, not whatever the fuck they did to him in Sonic Underground. Speaking of Sonic Underground, yep, be honest, I just kind of bought this guy one day. Like, he was in a plush collection of like random Sonic shit, and then the person gave me this and a Toy Network Sonic. So, I mean, yeah, this is a Denny's Sonic Underground Knuckles. And I'm gonna be honest, man, I love Knuckles just as much as the next guy. But look at how fucking stupid this guy looks. Like, I feel like a lot of the Knuckles plushies just look stupid. It's always classic Knuckles, funny looking plushies. As I got this guy front and center, like he's not goofy looking in his own right. Alright, hold on. So we got a few other plushies of Knuckles. The PMS Classic Knuckles. This guy might be one of my favorite plushies of Classic Knucks. I think the Jax one might be up there, like the deluxe one. I actually don't have that one yet. I gotta pick him up at some point. Put the PMS Knuckles all the way up there. He's up there with those characters. Don't worry about those. Don't worry about those. Okay. Now these next few ones, we're gonna skip the Sonic 3. Like I said, I haven't been able to find a lot of merch related to Knuckles. I'm surprised I haven't went after all the Toy Network Knuckles plushies yet. I might that's what we'll do at some point. You are ones that released for Sonic 3, which honestly Knuckles was so disappointing for Sonic 3 because he only had 2 plushies. The AMC theater or regional theater, the movie Knuckles. This guy was sold at literal movie theaters, and I think that he was one of my favorite plushies that released there. I like this plush. I was going to use this guy as my main modern Knuckles until Sine came out with theirs, and then I just decided to buy the UFO one. And then the last plushie of Knuckles, which I think you should buy, is this guy. Thankfully, they fixed the quality control, so some of them shouldn't look like they got stung by a bee. Do not take my word on that. But this guy is just better than the Sonic 2 one. They got rid of that stupid printing. And if you just don't have a deluxe plush of Knuckles and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this guy is a great option. I think Toy Factory is one that's slept on. I actually don't have the Toy Factory Modern Knuckles. I think that the Toy Factory Modern set is actually pretty good, besides Shadow, but I'm definitely going to add that guy to the collection at some point. But I really like this plushie of Knuckles. Like I said, especially them gloves. I already talked about this guy already. One of my favorite plushies of Knuckles, the Enchilada Master. So these last couple plushies are ones that are very familiar with on this channel, but this one isn't. I found this big dude at Target. This is a giant plushie of Knuckles, and this guy is pretty good. I had to get him because he just looked nice, and like I say, is Knuckles. Knuckles is the exception. If I see a plushie of Knuckles, and if I like it, I buy it. That's just how it goes. It's kind of too big to fit on here, so you know, there's that. And the last couple ones are ones you're familiar with. I found the red version of the Sonic Boom plush. I thought it was only pink, but they corrected it. Videos, Great Eastern Modern. I don't know why I was so negative against this plushie. It's a great plush of Knuckles. I don't know why. I just really had it out for Great Eastern for some reason. Like, I don't know why, but this plush is really nice. Like, if you want a plush of modern Knuckles, this guy is fantastic. My only problem is the fact that his hand will be stitched to his arm, which, I mean, it doesn't look bad. You know, it's supposed to look like that one Sonic pose that Knuckles is always in. But if you try to use it in videos, it's going to look like he's doing a certain motion that I'm not going to explain, but you already know. And that's why I kind of just cut that shit, put it to the side. You know, they could have made it look like he was flexing his muscles like this. You know? Like how you supposed to, but yeah, you know, this plushie Knuckles is solid. Actually, I remember my problem with him. These Sharpie looking ass shoes. Oh man, if you've been on this channel, I always wanted the Sene 2012 Knuckles, but he was always out of my price range. Now it's kind of funny because I own the Sene Tails, Amy, and Shadow. I just don't own that Sonic, funny enough, or the Knuckles. But Sene came out with the new All-Star line, and we all know how the fuck that went. So we have another Knuckles. Sonic, finally. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh. And do I think this guy sort of fills the void in what I wanted? Well, personally, that one custom I did sort of filled the void, but this guy definitely made up for it. I'm happy to own a Sene Knuckles. But the Knuckles plushie I truly wanted since I was a kid, and is my holy grail of holy grails, the UFO capture. This guy is the Knuckles plushie I wanted since I was like fucking 10. I'm 20 years old now. And I finally got this guy. He's just, in my opinion, a plush. This guy is perfect for me to end off my Knuckles collection. I'm satisfied with all the Knuckles merch I have. There's more, of course, but I think it's perfect for me to kind of end it with this. I lied. I found this guy at GameStop. I don't know what the fuck got over me. He was on clearance for a ridiculous price. This guy was on clearance. It's a comic book Truckles. I don't know why the fuck he looks like that, but we call him Super Knuckles from Archie Sonic because he's a comic book Knuckles. He's pink, so you're Archie Knuckles now. That's what you are. You're this guy. He's Archie Knuckles. Okay, I don't care what the fuck anybody says. He's Archie Knuckles. I guess this is going to be one of my final videos, maybe, if this new age verification kind of nukes my channel. And I'm gonna go now because I don't know why. It seems like the world's on fire right now. Like everything is just turning to shit.